The Commission of Inquiry CoI into the events surrounding the March 2, 2020 general and regional elections has just concluded the first half of testimonies on day 2. First to testify was former executive member of the A New and United Guyana Party, Jonathan Yearwood. Yearwood's chilling testimony described what it was like for party agents during the events that followed the free and fair elections day on March 2, 2020. With regard to the verification process on the night of March 4, 2020, Yearwood recalled that all was going well until Deputy Returning Officer Bob Cummings and another official of the Guyana Elections Commission, GECOM, opted out of the process due to being extremely tired. It was then that in the wee hours of March 5, 2020, former IT officer of the Guyana Elections Commission, Enrique Livan, and another man entered to replace the previous officials. This is when things took a turn for the worse.
The two gentlemen started the verification process, and within a very short period of time, we realized that numerous mistakes were being made.
Okay. So I want you to tell me, first of all, when you say the verification process, what process were they using at that time?
They were using the same process that the ladies before were doing. The statements of poll, and they were reading from that, but they were getting a lot of mistakes which didn't correspond with what we had.
The party agents then began to fiercely object to the inaccurate numbers being called out by Livan. The expectation would have been for Livan to pause and rectify the concerns being raised by the people in the room. Yearwood confirmed that this, strangely, did not occur.
We told him that those are not the numbers that we have. Basically, we were just ignored.
Ignored?
Yeah, basically. And try to continue with their process.
Okay.
But these alleged corrupt practices did not stop there. With mounting pressure from party agents, observers, and other officials, Yearwood said that Livan stopped the process and left the room, allegedly taking with him the flash drive, which held critical information about the results of the electoral process. Corroborating Assistant Commissioner of Police Edgar Thomas's testimony from day 1, the former ANOG executive explained that Livan then went into another room, allegedly seeking to alter the figures that were there on the flash drive. Mr. Lowenfield then arrived, and it was agreed that the numbers would be placed on the screen for all present to see. It was found that the information on the Excel spreadsheet that appeared was vastly different from where the officials had left off prior to Livan's departure. Though verifying the East Bank polling stations, Yearwood said the computer automatically reopened to a doctored form of polling stations in the South Georgetown district.
That makes it even more suspicious. Why would a different form be on the GECOM's computer?
Yearwood then said Livan hurriedly closed the file and reopened the East Bank district spreadsheet, which they were working on. When asked to reopen the South Georgetown file, he told those present that he could not find it. Later that morning, when the tabulation and verification processes were to continue, there was a report of a bomb threat at the Ashman's building, and Yearwood said everyone was asked to evacuate. The former ANOG executive said he was not moved by the report, and the only persons to leave the building were the APNU AFC representatives.
I believe that it was a hoax. It was an effort to clear the building so that something could be done, what I don't know, but that something could be done by GECOM.
Okay,
And
so
we
you stayed because you were suspicious.
Yes, I was very suspicious of everything happening at that point in time.
No bomb was found, and the APNU AFC representatives returned. According to Yearwood, the blatant attempts of rigging continued.
Did you see Mr. Clement Mingo, the returning officer for Region 4?
Yes, I did. He went to the head table and he attempted to make what I would consider a declaration for the Region 4 district.
Yearwood was sure to note that the tabulation and verification process for the region had not even been completed at that time. Founder and General Secretary of the New Movement Party, Dr. Josh Kanhai, was the second to testify on Monday. After confirming the stories told by Assistant Commissioner of Police Edgar Thomas and former executive member of the A New and United Guyana Party, Kanhai went on to detail the treatment of party officials and even police officers by other police officers during the election fiasco. Kanhai shed light on what occurred when it was reported that the chairwoman of the Guyana Elections Commission, GECOM, retired Justice Claudette Singh, was sick and feeling unwell. According to Kanhai, a police officer identified as Officer Narain was being barred by other police officers from entering sections of the Ashman's building, even though he confirmed he was going to attend to Chairwoman Claudette Singh.
So he was pleading with the police officers to let him by, but they were being difficult about it, and just
when you say
fear.
they were being difficult, is it that they were telling him something?
Well, they were verbally exchanging as well, saying, "No, you cannot enter the third floor. It's prohibited at this point." And
Did he say why he wanted to go to the third floor?
yes, he continuously told them that the chairwoman had called him, and he said his relative actually, the chairwoman was his relative, and that she was calling him, saying that she was not feeling well.
And when he said that to the police officers, what was their reply, if any?
They didn't seem to care about that.
In an effort to remedy the whole situation, Kanhai said that he and some others broke through the barricade to locate the chairwoman. What happened next was startling.
We noticed that a door, which I was bracing, that door had all of its locks missing.
And did you push against that door?
Yes, I started to push against that door and kick that door.
And did Miss Roxanne Myers say anything to you all?
She did not say anything, but I recall her putting her hand up, and as soon as she had put her hand up, I felt myself being pulled out of that room.
By whom?
We were pulled out of that room by police officers.
Kanhai pointed out that he and another colleague were then locked away for more than an hour and then taken to the Brick Dam police station and charged. Before this happened, Kanhai recounts an interesting statement made by one of the police officers to him.
Well, I recalled one of them saying that the APNU AFC has won the election, so why are we fighting?
Now, in all this ruckus, Kanhai pointed out what seemed to be the indifferent attitude of the APNU AFC. The Commission of Inquiry was set up by His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali to inquire into the events surrounding the March 2, 2020 general and regional elections. On day 1, Chief Elections Officer of GECOM, Vishnu Prasad, kick-started the work of the Commission with some damning revelations, pointing out that all computers used by the previous CEO, Keith Lowenfield, were all wiped clean. He also noted that security footage from the Ashman's building was missing. Former Divisional Commander and now Assistant Commissioner of Police Edgar Thomas was second to testify on that day and spoke extensively about the collusion of some senior police officers to assist in the rigging of the 2020 general and regional elections. The electoral process was protracted for more than 5 months as there were several attempts made to delay and deliberately manipulate the results of those elections. The CoI is tasked with revealing all that occurred during that period.